I, for one, as a digital artist and a traditional artist, believe that you don't really need any kind of gadget to actually get started with learning to draw. All you need is a 2B pencil, a mono, eraser, and a sketchbook. These are literally all the things you need. Like literally. But I'm assuming that you've already tried sketching and these things, but you want to make a move to animating in 2D or making sprite sheets for your video game or actually sculpting in 3D and animating in 3D. So you must be confused after looking at the huge cascade of options available to you in the internet. I'm gonna clear that up right here in this video. Let's start the video right here and right now. Woo! I'm here. Okay, so I've divided this video into two sections. Mainly, the two sections are display and non-display tablets, so that you can get your doubts cleared about both of them and walk out with a clear-cut idea of what's best for you. Let's start the video with non-display tablets first. Let's go. Now it's been decided that you're supposed to live under a rock, and because of that, you didn't know what a graphic tablet is. Well, let me show you. See, this guy is a graphic tablet and his name is the XP Pen Deco Mini. He can do a lot of wonderful things and I'm going to show you what he can do right now. See, this is the app called Krita and I'm using it to draw. The thing about him is pressure sensitivity that makes the most use out of him. The more you press on the tip of the pen, the more the output comes out. You can map the pressure to so many different things like opacity, size, and flow. The pastel brush is the perfect example of how these all work in tandem. The flow is essentially how much of the pastel I'm pressing on the piece of paper, and it works proportionally to that. And the opacity is lowered every time I press on it lesser. This is how a graphic tablet functions. Now that we know how it functions, let's think about who needs to buy it. Here comes the finale question. Who are these tablets meant for? These tablets are meant for beginners who want to try and get into digital art. It's actually not very hard to use and the learning curve is about 2 days. You just need to develop better hand-eye coordination to get the best out of this product. And there are also shortcut keys that make sure that you don't have to touch your keyboard for every small thing on this planet. You can map them via driver software that you can download from their official websites. Now, at the end of the day, I believe that they're also more ergonomic as they make sure that you're sat parallel to the screen. This makes sure that you can actually maintain good posture without slouching. That's great, right? Now, that's about it for non-display tablets. Then let's get into display tablets, which are very much more expensive than these tiny boyos. Let's get into that. Okay, now let's get the easy things out of the way. If you want to do 3D or anything related to 3D, then I'd say don't go for a pen tablet like this one, I must say. This is an Android tablet with Wacom EMR support, and instead of this pen, you can use any other Wacom styluses that a pen display would normally use. You can basically use a stylus that's meant for a $700 pen display on a $300 device like the S6 Lite itself. Or you could go ahead and get yourself a Xiaomi pad and you can use the stylus on that as well. I'm going to say that Android tablets are better than iOS because for $300, at a bare minimum, you get an iPad. That's also a bare minimum. And you have to purchase the Apple Pencil separately. But I'm going to say that if you want Procreate and Nomad Sculpt, iOS is your go-to. Don't come here. If you want to do something with 2D and the only thing you're gonna do is 2D, Android is your thing. Flipperclip is here for Android animation and you can make stuff that looks actually really cool and presentable with this. For example, take a look at this. This is made with one of Flipperclip's newer brushes. If you're thinking whether the UI is intuitive enough, you'd be shocked. This is very, very intuitive. See, this is all there is. This is a copy option, this is a scale option, and it's also pressure sensitive if you turn it on first. Use Draw Engine 2.0 and use stylus pressure. You need to switch those two on. And you can even make time lapses of you drawing, for God's sake. See, this is so cool, isn't it? Flip a clip works really well if you want animations. And for a software that's simpler than Krita and easy to use for most people, I'd suggest going with this guy called Sketchbook. It's just $50 rupees. That would be $50 approximately to upgrade to the Pro version, and you get a lot of features here. See, this is essentially the pastel option they have. Although this looks kind of good, they have a really good gallery system to top it all off as well. You can make stuff that look actually pretty cool if your experience is high enough with the software. For example, you can make stuff that looks like this with Bill Cipher sitting on the sofa, or you can make a girl swimming to the top, or you can try to get the perspective of a building right by taking a photo on your tablet. Or you could draw a room and then reconstruct it inside this software, or you can draw a Neko and make it stand in the sun, or you can even design YouTube channel banners here. There's literally no limit to what you can do here. It's just the ability to draw. But Krita pushes it out of the freaking water when it comes to brush engines. For example, we saw the pastel engine of that, right? Look at this. It's pure freaking perfection. Okay, so the idea of using Krita instead of Sketchbook comes with one trade-off. And that one trade-off is Krita's complexity of use. Krita is essentially a computer software ported to be used on Android. It's not natively Android, so that's a very huge learning curve for beginners to go through. But if you do go through all of those, this is well worth it. And if you're worried about shortcuts that you'd get on your desktop, then I'd say purchase a Bluetooth keyboard. I even have a review ready for you in the cards if you really want to look at one. And that was about it for the Android tablet. Let me close this guy. All in all, who is this tablet for? At the end of the day, this tablet is for a person who does not have a system. A system in the sense a PC. You can get yourself a good S6 Lite or a Xiaomi Mi Pad 6 and work with it to your heart's content if you want 2D content. But for 3D content, build yourself a PC and get yourself a pen display or a graphic tablet and work with that. That was the end of the part of this video discussing about pen displays. Let's get to the next part. Who is this for? And who is this for? Mysterious, right? Well, that means you skipped to the end of the video without doing anything if it seems mysterious. But, well, let me tell you who is what for so that we can actually summarize. This is for a beginner who wants to get into digital art and wants to do 3D things with his PC. And tablets like these are for people who want to enjoy 2D art and make animations occasionally and draw out high quality illustrations at a low cost. This is essentially a system that you can carry in your hand, sit in a park, work with it. A pen display is for a person who wants to do anything professional and has been in this field for long enough, and you want to 3D sculpt, 3D model and 3D anything, then a pen display is your best bet. A pro tip if you're buying a tablet would be to get a Bluetooth keyboard alongside it so that you can use Bluetooth shortcuts alongside your tablet's normal capabilities. Okay, that was it. Literally it. If I helped you make your big decision today, give some love to the channel, show some love to the channel, and I bid farewell to you all, before which I promise that I'll be back with more content. Bye.